I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on the Spotlight Network, we're delving into Dr. Dawn Cormier's transformative book, Why I'm Not Afraid to Die. Through a profound near-death experience, the doctor unveils the mysteries of consciousness, healing, and our existence beyond the physical body. Her story of awakening, self-discovery, and spiritual evolution offers a powerful message for anyone seeking purpose and healing. We're delighted to have this very talented author join us here today on Spotlight. We thank the team at Atticus Publishing for helping us put her in the spotlight today, and we ask viewers like you to support authors like her by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing her amazing book. The links are below the interview. Doctor, great to see you here today on Spotlight.
Oh, thank you so much. It's a divine pleasure to be here today.
It's a divine pleasure to have you on the show. You look great, very much alive. Thank goodness. Thank God. Ta-da, you're alive. And I'm sure you embrace life with a lot more energy and a lot more vigor, having a second chance at it. Is that true?
Well, I would say with a lot more awareness and
Mhm.
consciousness. After that NDE and that car crash brought a lot of challenge into my life, health-wise, and I
Mhm.
wouldn't say energy was at the tip of my fingers, and I worked very hard, but I gotta say it was one of the most catalyzing moments of my life, getting that glimpse beyond the veil, and to this day still elevates and unfolds my awareness and mastery and consciousness, having had that experience. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Let's go through it for the folks at home. Tell us a little bit about your near-death experience.
Yeah, so I'm originally from Northern Ontario, and I was in North Bay, which is a very icy, snowy place. And I was wrapping up a beautiful visit with my family, and I didn't want to leave. Something that night was like, don't leave. And
Mm.
of course, I betrayed myself at the expense of um, having to get back to work. Monday, I had all these clients waiting. I had all those programs working in the background. So I delayed and delayed and delayed my exit from North Bay till it really got dark. And as I was leaving out the cottage road, this huge crow, which is my spirit animal, stood right in the middle of the road and wouldn't move and kept looking at me. And I was too busy with my programs of getting back to work and getting on the road and can't disappoint anyone. And I sat there and waited and didn't take the sign to not get on the road. I delayed and delayed even more. And then in that night, I hit black ice
Mm.
and our spun went up, turned around, crashed. My roll bar crashed. My head was hitting the snow. And that's when I had completely let go and
Mm.
surrendered, thinking, here we go, this is the end, which I
Mm.
really realized is not an end. And had an experience on this other side of the veil and chose and contracted to come back. Yeah. And
Amazing.
so what seemed like a long time on the other side was like milliseconds because I came back into my body as the car was still rolling and felt squeezed into this human dense body going, oh, I'm back.
Yeah. A
Yeah.
divine time works on a different clock than our human time, no doubt. A tick of the hands of a clock can seem like an eternity, I'm sure. What did you experience when you had your near-death experience?
Well, I encourage the readers to get the book so they can
Yeah.
get the whole experience, but I will tell you, it is beyond your expectations that you could ever imagine as in our human, we don't even have words for it.
Yeah.
Glimpse Beyond the Veil was a full unraveling of understanding that we are part of a divine consciousness. You want to call it the heart and mind of God or source or whatever you want to give it a name, this unified field of energy that you are. It's all
Mhm.
around you, it's part of you, it's in you. There's no separateness, no
Mm.
separate. And understanding that the truth of really who we are. Like we have these human bodies and they're sacred human bodies, and we've come to experience and evolve our souls through it, but it's not the truth of who we are at all.
Mm.
at all. And if I could just, yeah, share that with so many people that are suffering and stress and worry, to understand if we live our lives from the inside out, knowing that we're a spirit of pure love, connected to all consciousness of love and every single person and thing in this whole universe, then maybe we wouldn't be so upset when things don't go our way or we have to pay our taxes, because it's kind of really not who we are.
Yeah. Were you always a spiritual person, or did your connection to spirituality um, grow after your accident?
Both. I'm going to say yes to both. Always, and I grew up in a very Italian family of
Mhm.
Roman Catholic, da 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 da. And oh my gosh, I used to ask the questions that people would just get so frustrated with, and I really couldn't find satisfying answers in my community. So I was always searching, 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 and it's just grown and grown and grown. And I think every soul comes to their awakening and their their road to mastery in divine timing. It's all
Mm.
there for a reason, all the good, the bad, and anything in between. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Tell me a little bit about writing the book. What was that like for you?
Writing the book. Well, it was unexpected. I
Mhm.
was one night in meditation, and I call it my divine appointment. The angelic
Mhm.
team dropped in and said, "It's time to tell your story." And I am
Mhm.
like, "What story?" I
Mhm.
really wasn't sure. And it was like, "Your NDE, people need to know there is no fear in death, da 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 da, and this is the truth of who they are." And at first I thought, oh, my experience, it's just one of a million, right?
Mhm.
And but it was like I learned earlier in life through the NDE, even, you don't say no to divine appointments. When those knowings drop in, it's you just got to do it. So it was during COVID time, and I hit the books. And what was really interesting is just after I got that divine knowing, and I only go on Facebook once every 2 months because I really don't hang on social media. And there was an introductory course to write your own book, tell your story. And I'm like, thank you. And I started the process, and I wrapped it up just in time to go visit my grandkids in Australia.
That
Yeah.
sounds like great timing and a wonderful end to a beautiful journey of writing this lovely book. What do you hope readers take away from it?
Oh, that is a really good question. And thank you for asking that question. It has many facets, but I guess the biggest thing is to ease pain and suffering.
Mhm.
Like in my job as a naturopathic doctor, every single day I see people terribly ill, facing their own mortality, and stressed in their life beyond you could imagine, right? And their meaning of what they're going through and their suffering, um, as they're facing their mortality, is very scary to them. They are stuck in such fear programs. And if I could just take them and just download what I know, what my own experience was, and I'm sure there was people with beautiful experiences with NDEs, to say, it's not the end, right? And your soul came here divinely on purpose. This illness isn't a failure. Death is not a failure. You know, spend some time connecting to your higher self and soul now. Find out what you came to evolve and learn from. Your symptoms of being ill aren't to mistress you out. They're there to talk to you. They're there to evolve you and learn you. So if we can go from pain and suffering to ease and calm and that divine knowing and remembrance, and nourish someone's soul so they can live from the inside out and enjoy their life and all the lives afterwards and all the worlds of God, then if one person gets that message, my job is done.
Well, I think many people will get that message from this interview and from your book, of course, because it's a beautiful message and it is a life affirming message for both this existence and the existence beyond. Are you truly no longer afraid to die?
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely. But and the thing is that I don't actually see it as death. Like our idea of death, it's like huge expansion, And disclaimer, I did not write this book, so that people would think, oh, I can just take my life easily. This is
yeah,
not, we hear divine. Like when only your soul is complete, it's complete. We might have exit points and options, but yeah, it's like no fear. Yeah,
yeah.
the old religious connotations that I was brought up with was not my experience. Like, I
Mm,
mean, when you are enveloped in this energy. You are it of love. It's beyond description. It's like, this is who we are. And then we just ascend and evolve even at
Mm.
higher levels. It's just beautiful.
Amazing. You talked about the veil. Talk to us a little bit about what the veil represents and how did your experience lift it for you?
Well, the experience completely out of 3D, right? Um, Whisked away before even the impact of the car. I knew that I was like, is this heaven? I saw colors, I heard heavenly music. I was it. It was through me. A lot of angelic presences. Da, 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 da. So this veil that I see is really just our, se- I'm going to say our initial wounding, the separation from source. We come down
Mm.
into the body, we forget that we're part of it all, right?
Yeah.
So that veil is so close. That's how come people can hear and see angels, and we hear, our departed beloved relatives. And that veil is so thin, and we can come and go from it pretty easily.
Yeah.
And coming back into the 3D, it's a little heavy and hard, but we're here on purpose, and we have to
Yeah.
just celebrate that. Yeah.
Do you feel you chose to come back?
Yes, I
Mm.
absolutely did. One of my beautiful shamanic teachers at the time, part of my divine healing of my physical body had came by having a spiritual understanding of the purpose of the event. And it was clear that I contracted to come back in to be with my daughter. And I promised to not leave her at that point because she was in the car with me.
Mm.
And so, you get to change these things, you get to recreate, and you come back in when you choose. Yeah. Yeah.
Amazing. Well, it was a good reason to come back, no doubt, for your daughter, and I'm sure she's glad you did. The name of the book is Why I'm Not Afraid to Die. Through a profound near-death experience, a doctor unveils the mysteries of consciousness, healing, and our existence beyond the physical body. Her story of awakening, self-discovery, and spiritual evolution offers a powerful message for anyone seeking purpose and healing. Doctor, thank you so much for joining us here today on Spotlight.
Oh, thank you so much, Logan. It was my divine pleasure.
My divine pleasure as well. To the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time this time. Until next time on Spotlight.